Shalom, Mr. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashim, Shai Bashim, Kadesh Bakadah, Dama Ansel, the apostles, the great Milson, well, who I'm listening to from peace, let's say so for Israel, Shalom. I'm Brother Kratza, and it's going to be a quick edification. Be prepared for this, be prepared for persecution and sedition. It's approaching fast. This article came from yesterday. U.S. issues level 4. Do not travel warning for popular exotic vacation destination. Indonesia, an exotic vacation destination for more than 400,000 Americans last year, is classified by the U.S. State Department as a place to exercise increased caution due to crimes. So it's remain under a do not travel warning. So level 2, exercise increased caution is in place in Indonesia due to threats from terrorism and natural disasters. And do not travel the region. So again, the U.S. Department is advising the Americans not to travel this place. But sooner or later, man, this is one of the signs that we're getting to the end. Because again, like all these years, it's basically a hot girl summer type of stuff, hot boys summer type of stuff. You see worldly relatives or see worldly friends going to different countries, posting themselves, living a luxury lifestyle. With these tariffs that's making these different countries go against America, man. Again, man, it's part of the prophecies, and beginning closer to the end. And now you got U.S. issuing level 4. Do not travel. Okay? There's some serious things about to go down, So let's get, hold on. Let's get, there's a book of 2nd Ezra 15. I'm gonna go to 2nd Ezra 15, and we're gonna start at 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord Yahushua, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. So the ones that are very faithful are the hopeful elect, hopeful elect. Who are the hopeful elect? The 144,000 Israelites from the 12 tribes of Israel. The elect were predestined to make it, and that's why you see brothers out there doing the works, and doing the best they can, calling on the names of the Lord, preaching the downfall of this Babylon the Great, America. All this finna be gone. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. So we ain't gonna be worrying about people that speaking against us, because even Yahushua said that the world hated the Father and Him before it hated us. Okay, and they gonna get the rewards. Everybody gonna get the reward. Okay, either they're gonna get the reward of drinking that full cup, the wine without mixture, which represents the indignation of the Lord's wrath, which is getting burned up by nuclear missiles. Okay. So we ain't gonna be worrying about that, We shouldn't be worrying about that, because we're praying and hoping that we're part of the elect, We're praying and hoping that we're part of the elect, and we're praying and hoping that we can be exalted from the judgment, because it's gonna get really bad out here. Verse 4: For all unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So people just don't care about this truth, They want to live in this luxury. They want to live in this world, They have a desire to live in this dead world, this dying world. The end of Esau shall come, but a new beginning that Jacob shall follow with. Esau, so-called white man. Esau's world is crumbling, and it's gonna go out with a bang. Okay, verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord Yahushua, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So you got plagues coming out. Vulva, which is a flesh-eating skin STD, sexually transmitted disease. There's 3 cases that's brought out from Europe. So again, all that hot girl stomach stuff, it's thrown out the window, man. You got Pakistan, Iran fighting causing a war against Pakistan. It's getting very serious out here. For wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Thus saith the Lord Yahushua, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them those things which they wickedly exercise themselves. So they fall in their belly, they fall in their own wickedness. Behold, the innocent and righteousness blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. So, what I'm saying, even though, the scripture says a wise man, this truth should make a wise man angry, Hold on. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7 to verse 9. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. The patient in the spirit is better than the proud in the spirit. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. So, what I'm saying, when you first get this truth, man, the first thing you'll do is get mad, because it's something that you never expected, you know what I'm saying? You never heard of before. And of course, you when you get this truth, you'll think that the moment you get this truth, you think that the end is very here, very close. But, there's many people, that came in the truth and fell out. They first and foremost, they got rebuked. And they tend not to take the rebuke, and they fell out. There are very few brothers, what I'm saying, that are very loyal in this truth. And begin with the elder apostles of GMS, okay? Let's go back. Verse 9, and therefore saith the Lord Yahushua, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. So us preaching the word, the downfall of this place, and teaching the history of the Lord, the ministry, and the men of the Lord, preaching this truth. That's us, crying to the Lord that we want to be with them. We want to be with the Heavenly Father and His Son. And the Lord's going to avenge us, and the revenge only belongs to Yahushua HaMashiach, okay? Verse 10, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. That's talking about the elect, But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plague as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. That till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail, and a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and that dwell therein. So everything you're seeing right now, all this is going to be gone. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be going through horrific phases of judgment, okay? Plagues, what I'm saying? The outbreak diseases that the Lord created. The Lord is in control of all this, okay? The Lord is in control of all this. Verse 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, weapons, what I'm saying? All these people going to go against each other, Esau blessings of guns, what I'm saying? A weapon that could kill, okay? A weapon that could kill, without using their hands, they only use one movement, their fingers, a weapon that could take somebody's life. Which is, you got guns, different types of guns. You got crossbows, ARs and all that. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's gonna put the spirit on them to use it to execute His judgment. Like you see that movie Purge, the forever purge. It's gonna be very terrible. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So, it's gonna be pure hell for all these people, you know what I'm saying, that rely on these governments and all these princes and the kings, you know, into this today's world, you know. All these people they're gonna think they're gonna get the answers from these higher people, you know. But again, you know, they're not gonna be able to find nothing because, you know, they are gonna get that judgment. And man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. So again, this is where it comes to, you know what I'm saying? This is where the U.S. is executing level 4 warning. Don't travel. This right here, this ought to put fear in you to fear the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah. That ought to tell you that something big is finna go down, okay? Something big is finna go down. And you don't want to be in crosshairs, you know, between, you know, with Esau that's finna crash out on Israelites, okay? On Israel, beginning with the elect and the Lord. You want to be on the Lord's good side, okay? Because when the chariots come and if your feet still on the ground, the beaming chambers are closed, you're gonna get it. So pray and hope this is edified. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shah, Until next time I tune in, I want to say shalom.